Mom's Creative Moments, and I am bringing to you a project recipe today. But before we get into that, I just wanted to make sure that you are fully aware of this really fun collection that we have in our Creative Memories line. This actually came out back in 2021. This is the Sparks of Magic collection, and it was designed with theme parks in mind. You might see it and think it was designed with a specific theme park in mind, and you know, I was not a designer, so I can't say that for sure, and legally you know, we cannot say that it was, but you will see that it really is incorporating lots of color schemes that are found in specific type theme parks, and so it is perfect for that type of an adventure. So if you have had the occasion to go to a theme park this summer, this is your go-to collection for that, for scrapping those pictures into your album. I just wanted to show you just very quickly some of the features of this. This is the matte pack that goes along with it. So lots of really fun, cute ways to mat your photos or create a journal box for them. Just really cute. Really cute mats. Then these are the larger mats that you can actually cut apart to make smaller, or you can mat a whole photo on there or use it as a journal box. The other sides are pretty much just solid designs. So just really fun ways to mat your photos. I'm just going to set those aside, and so I can show you the rest of these really quick before we get into the project recipe. The project recipe goes pretty quickly. Both sides mirror each other, so it'll be really fast. So these are the sticker. This is the sticker pack that goes with it. I love this because it's so fun to put that roller coaster sticker right across the bottom of your page, and you even have little bumper cars or these cute little roller coaster cars which fit right onto the roller coaster down here or onto this sticker right here. So just super fun ways to jazz up and embellish your pages. And this collection also has some laser frames that were made to go along with it, which are really cute and super fun. I'm just going to take a couple of those out so you can see them really quickly. Oh, I'm going to try anyway. Gosh, that's really sticky. Anyway, these are super cute and fun to put a photo underneath, or I mean in the middle of. Super cute, and they are double-sided also, so you can use whichever side makes you happy. So that's fun, and there's a few more designs, as you can see from the back. And then the embellishments pack has lots of super cute banners, and these are just really fun ways to add some jazz to your page. Wish upon a star, loving this, lots of arrows, having a blast, cameras, stars, cute little castle. There's a fun little arrow. Adventures, dreams do come true. You know, just fun, really fun. Balloons, let the memories begin. All right, so those are some the fun embellishment pack. And I'm just scooting these off to the side because we're going to be putting together the project recipes, so you never know, we might need those if I change my mind on what I think I'm going to use. This is the punch that was sold with this collection. It's called the Fairgrounds punch, and you can see it's got a Ferris wheel and some tents and a kind of a castle. You can modify this in a lot of different ways to create just about anything fair-ish related into a border that you might like. You can also incorporate it with this punch, which is the roller coaster punch from a year before that. And when you put these two together, it makes it very cute. Very, very cute borders. Let me show you the paper really quick, and then we will jump in to our project recipe. So here are, I'm just going to do in every other one. I think I pulled one of this sheet to use in our project recipe, so that's why there's only one. Same here with that one. This one is designed so you can cut the strips into and use for borders, or you can, you know, use the whole sheet. That's really cute. Cute plaid. These great hearts. And then the fireworks, because we all love a good fireworks show, especially at an amusement park, right? And then this is the tone on tone pack. So this one has lots of complementary colors and sheets that match the tone and the color scheme of that designer pack. So just really fun, bright ways to accent your photos from your favorite amusement parks. All right, so here is our project recipe that we're going to use today, and I'm just going to scoot these embellishments that I had right off to the side real quick so that we can get started. I have 2 sheets of designer paper. This is actually the tone on tone from the tone on tone kit. These are going to be our bases, and then I have the sheet with the red hearts and the stripes on the back, and the sheet with the stars and the blue. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to use these two pages first of all, and I'm going to move these base pages off to the side so that we can grab them when we're ready to assemble. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work with this page right here, the one with the stars. You're going to need your border maker system, and you're going to need your Starry border maker cartridge if you have that available. If you don't, if you have something that has stars on it that you could punch, that is going to be that's going to be similar to this. That would be my first choice if I were you. So we're just going to put this piece loaded into our border maker housing, and it's not directional, so it doesn't really matter which side you choose to put in there. And we're going to go ahead and punch these stars all the way along one of the edges. All right. Then we're going to do something special, and we're going to cut this at 1.5 inches, and then we're going to score it. So if you have your scoring blade, that's the orange one that goes with your trimmer, you're going to use that today. And we're going to, first we're going to cut, then we're going to score it. So we're going to put our paper in our trimmer, and let me just make sure that I'm not taking you down the wrong road. Okay. So we are going to score it first. It's been a little while since I put this one together, so bear with me. Sorry about that. So we're going to score it first. So put your scoring blade in there. Pop that top closed, and we're going to score it at 1 inch. So we're going to measure or put our paper so that the top of our punched road is sitting right at the 1 inch line. So that top little bubble of our punch is right there at 1 inch, and we're just going to lightly score this. Remember, if you push too hard with your scoring blade, you can cut right through the paper, and that's not what we want to do here. We just want to score it lightly, okay? So then we're going to fold this page over on using that scored edge. We're going to fold this over. All right. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to measure 1.5 inches, and we're going to cut that. So take your scoring blade out, put your straight blade back in, and we're going to place our paper in, and we're going to put the scored edge at our 1.5 inch line, which is just before the last edge of our grid on the right hand side. So go ahead and move your scored edge to that very last line there. Okay, not the very last one, sorry, I misspoke. The one just before that. Make sure your paper is up against one of the shoulders, either at the top or the bottom, and you're gonna just cut that right off, okay? Now we're gonna do that same process 3 more times because we are gonna make 4 of these. So set your trimmer aside, and what I'm gonna suggest that you go ahead and do is punch both sides of your paper. So we're putting our paper in. Make sure you have the long way, the 12 inches, and not the shorter one. You'll know if it's wrong because it won't fill up the whole punch housing. Okay, so there's one. And I'm gonna just turn my paper around and punch the other side, just so that I can not have to get my trimmer, move my trimmer back and forth quite as many times. We could have done this from the beginning with that first one, but I wanted to show you what our end result was going to be. All right. So now I'm just going to take this out, and we're going to grab my scoring blade again. Take my straight blade out, put my scoring blade in, because we're trying to make 3 more of these. So we're going to move this so that the top of the curved edge is right at 1 inch, and we're going to lightly score. Then we're going to turn it around and do the same thing to the other side. So the top of the curved edge is right at 1 inch, and we're going to lightly score that side. Then we're going to fold both of these over. Or if you can see that scored edge well enough, you don't need to fold it first. You could fold it after you cut it. It's up to you what you prefer to do. So there's one. And we're going to do this side. Okay, now we've got those two. We're going to swap out our blades again and put the straight blade in so we can cut. Measuring this again at 1.5 inches. Make sure it's straight all the way down. There we go. So there's number 2. Flipping this around, putting that folded edge again at 1.5 inches right out here, and cutting. Now we only have one more we need to do. So we'll grab our border maker one more time. And you might be asking yourself, well, why is she doing something for an amusement park in September? Well, because I'm kind of getting ready for the fact that my family is going to get to go visit a certain amusement park for over the holidays that are coming. And so I just thought it would be appropriate to share this one with you. It's super fun, and the products for this collection are still available, and so it makes it a fun thing to share and a fun thing to add to your album if you guys like to go to amusement parks. You know, when we lived on the East Coast, we went to several down in Florida. Which was fun. So again, we're doing 1.5 inches. We're going to cut. You notice I switched my blade out to my cutting blade. So we're going to cut that. And that leaves us with about 1.5 inches left of our paper. Now we're going to turn that 1.5 inches and we're going to cut that at 5 inches. So 5 inches, and then we're going to scoot it over and cut another one at 5 inches. So we have 2 5 by 1.5 inch pieces, and this little piece is scrap. So you can just set it aside to use in something else down the road. All right, we're done with our scoring blade, so I'm going to just pop that back in here so it doesn't get misplaced. And then I'm going to grab our other designer sheet, and we're going to punch this one using our fairgrounds punch. So I'm going to temporarily just move my trimmer out of the way for a second, and we're going to use this sheet to punch using this cute fairgrounds punch. Now, this sheet is directional. We have lines on the back, so that will help you, make you want to be a little more careful about how you position your paper. I'm going to go ahead and do mine with my stripes going horizontal, so that way I have more horizontal stripes to use in the paper that's left over. And if you haven't used one of our cool decorative punches before, what I'm doing is just following this design over here. You'll notice the designs here in blue. And so as I punch it, I scoot it across and cover up that blue design so that I can keep the design in line. I keep it pushed to this back bumper and keep the design covered, and then my design comes out straight. Now I'm going to punch this twice, so we're going to start again on this side. And if you've used one of these punches before, you know, you start using the marks at the front. That's where the edge of your paper goes, depending on which way you're feeding your paper, to the right or to the left. So I'm going to line up the left edge of my paper with this left mark to get started. So we're going to just put the paper in the punch, line up this edge with this mark right out here in the front, and then we're going to slide. If you have one of our older punches like this, then those same marks can be found on the inside, and they're a little bit difficult to see. So CM got wise to that and decided to go ahead and help us all out and put those marks on the outside of the punch to make it easier for us. And some of our punches even have special little notches that'll punch outs to help you line up the design, because the design is, some of the designs get very repetitive and can be difficult to keep lined up appropriately. This one, however, is fairly easy, so that's good. All right, so we've got that cleaned up. We're going to set that punch to the side. Grab my trimmer one more time. And let's see. I just want to double check and see how deep we need to cut this one. Okay, they want us to cut it at 1.5 inches. So we're going to place the top of the Ferris wheel at 1.5 inches. The top of the Ferris wheel, if you have this punch, you may have noticed, is a little bit flattened off, which is definitely helpful when you are trying to trim this and make it accurate. So we're cutting that at 1.5 inches, both sides. Okay, so those two, and we have a couple more cuts to make because these are going to be mats for some pictures. So we're going to cut one at 4 by 6. So we'll cut this at 4 inches this way. Then we're going to turn it and cut it at 6 inches. So we're going to open that up and cut 6 inches. So we have 2 4 by 6 mats. Then we're going to cut another piece at 4 inches. And this one's going to be a little bit different. So 4 inches. We're going to turn this and cut 4 of them at 3 inches a piece. So what we can do is cut it at 6 and then stack these two, scoot it over, and cut it at 3. And now we have 4 3 by 4 mats. All right, and then we're going to take this extra piece right here, and this one's going to be cut at 6 inches as well. All right, we're done with our trimmer, so you can set that aside. Now we're going to grab our base sheets. Actually, I beg your pardon. Keep those out of the way for just a second. We're going to grab these, our folded pieces, and we're just going to go ahead and adhere these down while we have lots of space on our table. Get your repositionable adhesive and just run it down right over the stars, because remember, if you get any on your table, it rubs right off. All right, there we go. Then just fold it right over. And that one is good to go. I love our repositionable adhesive. Such a fun and easy way to adhere designs that have lots of intricacies to them. You don't have to worry about getting glue all over yourself, glue all over your workspace. The adhesive comes right off if you get any of it on your table. Just Probably one of the best things to hit scrapbooking in a very long time. Short of our 12-inch trimmer, which is my favorite tool of all. All right. There we go. Okay, now we are ready to go ahead and assemble our pages. So I'm just going to move a couple things over so that we have space for our 2 base pages. We're going to put our 2 base pages out. Like so. And now we're going to assemble. So this is what our design is going to look like. We're going to have 2 of these on each page, 1 of these on each page, and we're going to have 1 of these on each page, and 1 of these on each page. And we're going to do 1 4x6 mat and 2 of the 3x4s, but we're just going to set those aside for just a second while we get some of these put where they need to go. All right, so you'll notice from the picture that you can see the base page at the bottom and the top. So we've left about a 1/2 inch roughly of space there. So grab your permanent adhesive and go ahead and add your adhesive to your piece, your border piece. If you are working on a grid and you are fussy about your measurements, you can go ahead and just line that up and put that at 1/2 inch above the bottom. I know some people are very particular. They like to make sure that that is exactly the same, which is fine. Here, I'm gonna just do this a much faster way. Ooh, there we go. This piece is going to go on the top edge. So we're going to turn this just a little bit, and we're going to place this at 1/2 inch from the top. All right. Now our fairgrounds punch is going to go across the bottom. So I'm going to grab my repositionable adhesive again and just go across the very top of my Ferris wheels and my castle, just so the high points are stuck down. And then this is going to go right across the edge of the lower border that we put on. Just like that. Okay. Now let's do the same thing to the other side. So we'll go ahead and add our adhesive. Whoop, I grabbed the wrong kind of adhesive. It still sticks it down, but. And if you want to, you can line up your two right side and left side like this. And then you'll be sure to make sure that that border is in the same place. But if you measured it and you put it at 1/2 inch, then chances are you're in good shape anyway. Okay, there's one. We're gonna do this second one. On my grid, I have some 1/2 inch marks, which is helpful. Always telling the kids it's helpful to my cause, because I can very easily line up the ends of my paper and then just smooth out the middle. Works great. All right, one more piece and then we can add our embellishments and our, oh dear, look at what I did. I picked up the wrong adhesive. Okay, so let's see if I can get this to peel off. My designer paper, either that or I can fold it back. If I can just get it out of the windows. Then I can, sorry, give me just a second here. If I can just fold it back so I can't see it. This is good problem solving, right? We all do an oops every now and then. So if you just fold that adhesive over, so you can't see it. Now you can't see it. Woohoo! All right. Now, repositionable adhesive for the win, as they say, especially this time of year if you're watching football. All right, so we're gonna get this put on our lower piece. All right. One is good to go. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our cute little mats, and we're going to put these on where they go. Just like so. These are going to be roughly 3/4 of an inch from the inside edge. And about 1/4 of an inch, or about 1/8 of an inch, I take that back, sorry. About 1/8 of an inch from the top border. And just go ahead and give it about the same border at the bottom. And then this one's going to be a little bit farther down, more like 1/2 inch or so. Like so. All right, then you're going to take this long piece that's the same length as this mat. You're going to flip this over. So we're going to just put some permanent adhesive on that and flip it over. And it goes right along the edge of the bottom of that, or the bottom edge of that mat, just like so. And then this piece, we want the blue edge up, but you could use either side, just depends on what you prefer. I'm gonna use the blue side. And we're gonna just center this about halfway. So you have roughly ½ inch between the mat and your second piece, and about ½ inch on either end. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Let's go ahead and do the same on this side. And we're going to make this roughly the same distance from the center of the paper. And about 1/8 of an inch from, or in between those two. All right, there's that one. Now we've got one more, or two more, I beg your pardon. Two more strips to get down. Make sure that because the back of the sheet I was using has stripes, I want to make sure that I put this piece on the same way I put this piece on. So see how the red stripe is at the bottom and the neutral stripe is at the top. I want to make sure that that's the same. However you put yours on, just make sure it's the same on both sides of your layout. All right. So now we have our two sides to our layout. You're going to need some stickers. Now I'm going to use the stickers. Here they are. Going to use these star stickers from the sticker pack. They're a 12-inch long sticker, and they just kind of run up and down. I just thought they would be really cute. And I have some from another pack of stickers that I've used. So I'm just going to take each one of these, and I'm going to run it along the edge of the border at the bottom. Right on top of all of those stars. Here's the second one so that they match. All right, and then we have some embellishments, and I chose a few already just to speed things up, because you all, if you've been watching my channel, know that I have a hard time choosing embellishments. They are difficult for me. So these are going to, I got these really cute balloons. Those are going to go up here, kind of in between. And we're going to put that banner, the best day ever, across them. We're gonna put 100% fun over this. This was designed for like a title, but we're gonna put this over the top of it. And this is gonna go over here. And we're going to use picture perfect together over here with our banner. All right, so let me get my foam squares and we will get those put on. Oh, and I have this one over here, 100% fun, and then worth the wait is also going to go with that. Okay, so we're going to just pop up, use my tool. Okay, so I'm going to pop up this circle. And then the polka dot piece, I'm just going to go ahead and adhere to my page. So let me show you what I mean. The circle's going to be centered and popped up. And then we're going to, I'm just going to use my permanent adhesive and adhere that down flush to the page so that the 100% fun is the only thing that's three-dimensional on that. And then this piece, the banner that's going to go on, I'm only going to pop up the ends, and I'm just going to put a little adhesive in the middle so that I can put it across the piece that I've already popped up here. And it will stay in place and still have some dimension there. Ta-da! Okay, now we're gonna do best day ever. And let's go ahead and pop these up because it's so fun to pop up your embellishments. Give them that little extra oomph. Take off my little tabs. There we go. And we're gonna set that. I'm setting it right in the center between those two photos. And then we're gonna do the same thing with this one. We're just going to grab a couple of tiny, or the smaller of the two sizes of foam squares. Put a little adhesive in the middle, just for good measure. And then this is gonna go across. Now you wanna be careful when you put this across, make sure that you're not adding adhesive onto your mat because you don't want to accidentally put that there and then not be able to put your photo in there. All right. And then our banner, this cute little banner, is gonna just go down flat, flush to the page. I'm gonna pretend like it's hanging, just like so. And then we're going to, I'm gonna put picture perfect up on foam squares, but I think I'm gonna leave the other one and make it flush down also. So we're just gonna kind of layer this over slightly. Then we're going to put picture perfect over the top. Picture perfect together. All right, sweet. All right, there's our 2-page layout for our theme park that otherwise shall not be named. And I like it. I really like it on the back, or on with the yellow backing on there. I think it's going to be really, really cute with photos from our holiday visits. And I may even add a little bit of holly somewhere on this page, because it'll probably be at Christmas time that we are visiting. So no doubt there will be holiday decorations. So we'll jazz it up a little bit more for the holiday. But at any rate, here is our spirit, or Sparks of Magic layout, project recipe layout. I hope that you have enjoyed reviewing these products with me and putting this project recipe together. It is a fun one, and it is much easier than it looks on the picture. And I really hope that you'll take the time to put this together and use it in your albums. I know that you'll enjoy it for years to come. Thanks so much for joining me, and until next time, I'm wishing you many more creative moments. Take care.